I'll welcome in somebody. Always two-step back. Eastside JDM, Colin, what is going on, legends? Sammy, what's going on, legend? What's people's doing anyhow? Hoggy, what's going on, mate? Two steps back. Trevor, what's going on, legend? What are you guys up to, anywho? Alright, got in early tonight. That's it. So sorry I'm a little bit late, but I figured, well actually we figured, myself and another legend in the chat, that it's probably better off, when I'm out and about and stuff like that I shouldn't say when I'm going live if I can't go live. Andrew Baird, what's going on, legend? Just wolfed down a KFC 5-piece pack. Let's go. Gunny, a bloody legend. I'm eating dinner. I'm here. I'm just using my ears. No worries, legend. That was the other legend I was talking about when we spoke about. I probably shouldn't say I'm going live at 9 o'clock and then not go live and blah, blah, blah. Helen, what's going on, buddy? Boomerang Girl, Wayne Morrison. Oi, the ZG. What's going on, legend? Who else did I bloody miss? I was just having to go on my guitar. I've been flat out today, as you guys have probably noticed. A lot of content dropped today. The content dropping not over yet, but needed to go live, so we can wait. We can wait. I just had a feeling something might be on in the chaos, and boom. First on with all you legends, let's go. I missed your guitar playing, damn. Nah, listen, you didn't miss much. I didn't even play. I can't play is the truth. I'm still learning. The truth is I'll still be learning for a long time. But yeah, I'm not giving up. So apparently, like 70% of people who take up guitar give it up within the first week. I don't feel one inkling of me wanting to stop so far. As a matter of fact, it gets a little bit exciting when you know something and stuff like that. For me, anyhow. JGB, you bloody legend. In the old days, there would be a song about Martin Bryant. True. Surprised someone hasn't made one yet, actually. I learned Wish You Were Here, Pink Floyd today. Damn, do you know what? I'm not going to attempt it now, but I can remember the start bit of it. Like I remember a guy showed me. Anyway. Hey, I know your call on politics, however, what's your take on Albo's comments to Lowbrow? Listen. Yeah, nah, look, I'm just gonna fucking steer clear of the politics. I feel like my whole life was ran by bullshit politics that could get your life taken. And now I have the chance to be away from that. I'm gonna do that. Oh, singing to-ra-la-you-ra-la at-a-tee. Singing to-ra-la-you-ra-la-yay. Singing to-ra-la-you-ra-la at-a-tee. We're bound for Botany Bay. I feel like they're them things that are you know what I mean? They're lost in our today's. But like, let's be honest. You know what I mean? Like, not many good things happen when they got there to Botany Bay. That is, depends which side of the fence you sit on. Well, I don't really have a side, to be honest, and well, I do, but I'm going to keep it off here. I don't do racism. Your fingers have fingertips and your toes don't have toe tips. You can tiptoe, but you can't tip finger. This is true. This is absolutely true. I'm glad you pointed that out because, like, had you not pointed that out tonight, I would not have known that. They say you learn something every single day. I mean, that proof is in the pudding, people. Oi, ass, what's going on, mate? The only reason you can tiptoe is because you don't have toe tips. My brain can't handle that. What's going on here? You drive on a parkway but park on a driveway. Very good. Nice guitar, son. Hey, thank you, brother. I got it from this legend in the chat. As a matter of fact, his name's Colin as well. Has a Gibson as his photo. You know what I find is the hardest part, if I'm honest, is like, so apparently you've got to play like you've got a tennis ball in your hand. Oi, here's the fucking truth. I can't play like I've got a tennis ball in my hand. But I'm getting there, don't worry. See, you just strum away at it and you pick it up, I reckon. Curved fingers help. Yeah, I know. Yeah, man. These hands ain't done much fucking hard labour in their life, let's be honest. I mean, they've thrown a couple of cut lunches, that's for sure. I'll give a free guitar lesson when you climb up Mount Druitt. True? Let's go. Oi, Emu, what's going on, Emu Overlord? I play Stairway to Heaven intro. You know what? I said that to Cole the other day. It's probably one of the most known guitar riffs to humankind, if I'm honest. Um, and yeah, that guy can play guitar. Oi, hang on a minute. Canella Rose, or Kane LaRose. Kane LaRose. Fucking that's what it is. It's not Canella Rose, it's Kane LaRose. Betcha. Second time, bang, on the dot. Nah, smoke on the water. I don't smoke ciggies. I mean, I'd be lying if I said there wasn't cigarettes in the house. Hang on a minute, we'll give it the full fucking James Dean look. Don't even start doing that, Biff. You'd be lazy. I know Colin said that it puts character on your guitar, but fuck, you don't want that much character. You've got too much fucking gimbals in your office. I'm only giving it 2 goes. Hey! Fucking Golski! Straight through the centre. We are the Navy Blues. Oi! How many in a row is that? What? Looking like fucking wooden spoon contenders at the start of the year. Can somebody please name another football team in the AFL that has won as many games in a row as Carlton? That's right, you can't. Jesus Christ is King? I never understood that. If Jesus Christ is King, who is God? I can name a team that lost as many games in a row as St Kilda. Oh, you know what? I actually, if you had asked me, I legitimately would have said to you at the start of the year after practice matches and a few change arounds, I actually thought that St Kilda were going to be a few contenders this year. Do you know what? That's the funniest thing about AFL. Any sports, really. It does not really matter. You know what I mean? Harry Kane is the only one carrying the whole English team. Well, go Harry Kane. Go Harry Kane. And the fucking English soccer team. English team of what? Yeah. What the fuck is soccer? I've been driving all night, my hands are wet on the wheel. Bro, Gunhead is the smartest one, bro. Ease up, Tiger. Pull back. If you're playing Twister, take foot off red. You're playing with your family. Go put some clothes on. Your mum's watching. Yeah, you back up, mate. Fucking back up off my moderators, son. Ease up, Tiger. Biff, you should get guitar lessons. I should, but I'll be honest, I don't have the time. So I just learn, I'm teaching myself via YouTube. I haven't done any lessons today though, but over the last couple of days I had. Look, I can hold a chord. I can hold a chord now. Listen. Look, I'm no fucking Camilleri. The guitar player's not fucking Les. Let's get that straight. It feels like it takes me 17 times to do that. It's alright, I got it. Hey, it's all learning. It's all a learning curve. This time next year, I'll be able to play one more chord. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold them fucking things to the frets, Biff. And book about birds. I don't even want to put it down. I fucking love this. A lot of musical memory, a lot of music, a lot of it is musical, is muscle memory. If you pick up every day for even a short amount of time, you'll get there. Well, listen, I think I'm already getting there. Do you know what I mean? Like, all right, maybe holding a note was a bit far to go. But I mean, I know where to put my fingers. I know what to do. I also know that, like, it's almost impossible to play in this jacket. And then we've got this thing here. This thing's cool. I can't wait to fucking figure this bad boy out. You know, you've heard of gold fingers in the city. I'm fucking silver fingers. You got to mute the cord. All right, I know it's got to go on the other finger. Just trying to figure it out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Anyway, we'll leave it there. No, but I'm not going to stop playing. Aussie Knuckleheads, what's going on? Slide is awesome. How good is it? Do you know? I've got fucking... I think I need to get a fucking rebore. I need to get... I was about to say something that's probably not fucking right at this time of day. Night. One have one string cigar box for only a slide and it's electric. Oh yeah, I don't mind a bit of fucking guitar sliding. Like obviously I can't do it. We just witnessed that. Thinking of another place to go up north and get out of the freezer. Let's go, guys. I'm just gonna quickly grab my dinner if I can, if that's all right. Give me a second here. I'll turn this up and not that loud. I don't know why I do this to myself. Seems like every time I get my life together, every time things start looking alright, something happens. Maybe nothing happens. Maybe it's just me. I've come too far to still be standing here. Somehow I'm still standing here. I've cut people off. I've changed my life. I've done everything they said wouldn't make it right. But every time I trust somebody, they disappear. Every time I need somebody, they ain't here. Everybody loves you when you're doing good. Then you're sitting by yourself like you knew they would. And I'm tired. I'm so fucking tired. 'Cause there's always two steps back. Always two steps back. I can be 10 miles in front of where I used to be, but those two steps back keep catching me. And I hate it, God, I hate it. 'Cause I know where this road goes. I know what happens next. I tell myself I'm done with it, that I'm using it. I ain't even chasing the high anymore. Half the time I'm just trying not to think about people that left. Trying not to think about promises made. Trying not to think about all the times I believed somebody when I shouldn't have. It's easier to switch it all off for a little while anyway. Then I wake up feeling worse than before. Now I got the same problems plus another one. It's always two steps back. Always two steps back. Everybody says they're in my corner. Everybody says they got my back until I actually need them. And it's just me and these four walls. Just me, another bad decision. The thing that pisses me off the most, I don't want this anymore. I don't want drugs, I don't want the lies, I don't want to keep building the same life over and over again. I want peace, I want consistency, I want 1 year where everything doesn't fall apart. I want to wake up and not feel like I'm fighting myself. Well, that was a little logistical nightmare, but anyway, no dinner for myself. Still cooking. Dinner's for Zeusy done. Anyway, for those of you wondering, one step closer today to getting new teeth. Let's go. Bluetooth it. You need to turn down a little bit, mate. Yeah, so I had my teeth x-rayed today, which is interesting. Yeah, if any of you guys ever had your teeth x-rayed, it's a bit of a fucking funny thing. You've got to hold your head in this thing, and then they put your teeth around what you have left of them, like me, and they put your teeth on this thing, and you've got to bite down on it, and they kind of fucking x-ray around you like that. Anyway, one step closer. No pun intended. Tish. AI generated poster slop. Hey, do you know what? I like it, and that's all that matters. What you think about my studio does not affect my day. Nice try. New Biff don't fall into this shit. You can just eat a dick, Shineri. Oi, Flower Lips, you bloody legend. Oi, ENT, you bloody legends. Butters, Flower Lips, Butters, ENT. Anyone else who came over the time while I was getting the stuff ready? I'm hungry. What's for dinner? So tonight, bit of a oi, ENT, you bloody mofos again. Thank you, Butters. Bloody legends. Hello, Boston says hello from Sydney, Australia, bro. Nice. Hello from Victoria, Australia. What part of Sydney do you live in? I don't want to know your street name or nothing. Do a cooking video. So you know what, right? So on this exact phone right here, so I have, if you guys remember, before I moved to my new place, people were asking me to do cooking videos. So I have like almost, and it's a very sectioned cooking video, and in particular, but in order for me to finish that video, I'll have to get the exact same thing again, because the only thing that I haven't done is the end product. And so like what I made was in prison, jail, we used to make caramel slices, yeah? And people are like, no way you used to make caramel slices. Like, we fucking did. And we used to just get biscuit bases and crush them up, and we'd use butter or margarine. And I used to use golden syrup in the crushed up biscuits. If you know, you know. Anyway, so if you guys don't know, condensed milk when heated up equals caramel slice. Condensed milk equals caramel slice. Also, just to tell you this, if you put so in jail you get like fucking what's the name milk? What's it called again? I just said it. Condensed milk, right? You get a condensed milk tube. Like I said, you heat that up. The condensed milk turns into caramel, and so also that condensed milk can become used as a method of war, if you will. Jeremy Bull Twinkle. Oh, just fucking chill out, bro. Just chill out, bro. No, you know what? Listen, you've been pulled up by a couple of the moderators. Yeah, I'm not trying to attract you, mate. Look, at the end of the day, you're only fucking human. So, like, whatever, you know? But yeah, listen, I don't swing that way, brother. I don't care. Whatever blows your hair back, whatever floats your boat, whatever twinkles your pinkle, or pinkles your twinkle, whatever. Do you know what I mean? I don't swing that way, homie. Let me guess. You think because I've done prison time, you think that no. Oh mate, don't swing that way. Let me tell you though, you would have been cleaning my fucking toilet in prison, 100%. No two ways about it. Maybe went in for a little. Oh, I wonder what it tastes like. Oh, yuck, Jeremy, stop it. Fucking kids here. Just cut it out. Are you Tom Hardy from Peaky Blinders? Alright. I just want to say, Tom Hardy from Peaky Blinders kind of doesn't look like me, but in other situations, like I'm not saying I look like Tom Hardy, but I've said this 100 times. The glasses you're looking at right now, as a matter of fact, where are you? These exact glasses right here are the exact same as Tom Hardy wears in the movie Legend. So I'll show you. Watch. No, I'm not talking about Will Smith and I Am Legend. God knows what that guy's up to. He's fucking up on stage, slapping everyone. His wife's in the background doing what fucking Jeremy wants to do. These are the exact glasses that started this trend. Let's go. Hey, right, everyone cut it out. This isn't fucking Tinder. Calm down. Well, actually, this isn't fucking Grindr. Calm down. Obviously, I'm talking about an angle grinder. Who knows what you are and you're not allowed to say these days. It's one of the grey trees. Fucking hell, if you've been speaking long, that is a fucking mouthful. You are the Cray twins. No, it's not. It's not even. Don't even worry about what I said because it's not. Oi, Sambo, Oz True Crime, what's going on, legends? Who else has just dropped in the chat? It's the triplet. Don't even go there with the other brother either. Enough. Howdy from New Zealand. Oi, what's up, Fano? You know, at a time when I couldn't spell, when I first seen the word Fano, starts with a W, that's a very hard, I could not understand that. For me, I was like, bro, you guys are having me on. That is not, I'll tell you how I came about it. Because I was like, bro, how do I spell Fano? I'm writing to one of my Islander mates in jail. And he's like this. And I'm like, fuck off, bro. That is some word that's offensive to fucking Pacific Islanders or something. Don't fucking do me like that. And he's like, nah, bro, that's how you spell it. With a W. I was like, what? There you go. Kia ora, whānau. Do you want to know my New Zealand whānau? I've said this before, but in case you didn't hear it, my New Zealand whānau, because if you are, Indigenous from New Zealand, you have a whānau, which is your family. Like over here, the Indigenous fellas have tribes and whatnot, like the tribe, the Aboriginal tribe around the area where I live is called Yorta Yorta. Anyway, same, fucking, in New Zealand. Anyway, they call them whānaus. But anyway, so there's, the way they, anyway, so I had to get into, the only way I could get into Waitangi Day, which is the Pacific Islanders, it's actually a New Zealand day, but like all the Pacific Islanders do it and they do the haka and this and that. And in order to get in, you have to tell them what your whānau is, yeah? And so I remember just sitting there talking with the boys and that, and a lot of the whānaus start with the word Ngāti, which does not fucking spelt the same way as it sounds either, by the way. And so anyway, and then my mate also told me that we call, over in New Zealand, we call you dudes ockers. And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, yeah, you're ockers, bro, like Aussies, ockers. And I was like, nice. That was the name right there, sealed the deal. Straight through the door, big Islander screw. He's like, "What's your whānau?" I was like, "Ngāti Oka." Bro, he nearly fell over laughing. So did half the Islander boys, actually, bro. That's fucking gold. And then they let me into fucking Waitangi Day. It was the best day ever. Fucking cooking food in the ground. Who would have known? Who would have known? Who would have known? In my day, when we bury the fire, it's to put it out. We don't bury the fire to fucking cook food. Yeah, we're not very cultured over here. Oi, Flower Lips, what's going on, legend? I lived and worked in Auckland. I will go to New Zealand one day. As a matter of fact, New Zealand will probably be the first country that I visit. And there is a lot of reasoning behind that. And I think a lot of you guys will appreciate that. There's a lot of reason behind that because a lot of countries won't let me in. I'll tell you something, right? Now, I haven't said anything, but I'll say this, right? So, you guys can expect, I'm going to try something new. Do you know what I mean? You can only try it and have a go. Do you know what I mean? Now, I've tried to explain this to people that don't watch social media or won't really understand it, but hear me out, right? There are some people in New Zealand. There's a bloke in Australia that does it. There's no one in Victoria that does it. Anyway, all I will say is fighting for mental health, right? Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, I don't get the concept of someone is punching someone in the fucking head and that's going to fix mental health, right? Well, listen, some people are different, especially blokes. Blokes are funny, yeah? Blokes are funny. Like, some blokes appreciate a good punch in the face. Do you know what I mean? And, like, being able to punch someone in the face is the biggest relief ever. And so, anyway, I may have found a little bit of a gap in the market, and that's all I'm going to say, because we've got sneakies that fucking sneak right in and just take. But I'll say this, right? I applied for a certain permit in one state, and they were like, it's not a no, but if there was a reasoning behind you not being able to get this permit, it would be the following. And I'm not even fucking joking. It was 7 pages. 7 pages of reasoning why I can't fucking do this. And I was like, but they're like, but don't worry, don't stress, still pay X amount of $100 because you may get approved. And then, yeah, I'm smart. I learn things as I go, and I learned that yeah. So anyway, we're going to try something out, and it's all we can do. We're not going to stop anything what we're doing here. I do have 2 different YouTube channels, and so we're going to start putting that to use. And so I have actually had a lot of people ask me similar stuff. Do you know what I mean? There are a lot of people there that would, you know, if you tell someone that there's a chance that they can go punch someone in the head and not get in trouble for it, help out fucking all mental health, men and women, and maybe win a snazzy little prize at the end of it, like a wad of hundreds like that, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to want to fucking be involved in that. And not only that, every single entry, anyway, that's all I'm saying. You're going to have to just wait. And I would say, but we have sneaky little fucking pirates in here. And then next thing you know, someone will be going, oh, guess what I'm doing? Well, you'll be laughed at on this occasion, I promise you, like the foot spray time. And the 17 times before it. Am I talking Fight Club? Yes, I am 100% talking Fight Club. But as you know, we don't. Number 1 rule of Fight Club is we don't talk about Fight Club, right? So just know that there are myself and a couple of other people in the background working on something that will definitely be the first of its kind. And I'll tell you why it's going to be the first of its kind. Because I am very fucking inclusive. Very, very inclusive. And yeah, we'll just see. All we can do is try and try. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, yeah, we can only try our best and see what happens. Keep it under my hat, 100%. Don't worry, I'll have the little fucking pirates in there writing down their little notepads right now. Oi, what did I fucking miss? Hang on. Oh, any wonder that looked funny. I'm like, I am not wearing that right now. That's really weird. Any wonder, I did miss something, but it was on the last live. One man versus 200 robots. You heard it first here. That's right. And we may or may not be part Android already. If you ask fucking Elon Musk, so as a matter of fact, I can't even laugh at it because it's kind of what he says. He's like every single person, like 90% of the planet have a phone in their hand, right? And he said, so we are basically already part robot because most people have it in their hand all the fucking time. And if it's not in their hand, it's on the charger, and the moment it's charged and they fucking wake up and arise, they're a robot and back into it again, doom scrolling, looking at fucking food videos and people popping pimples and fucking God knows. I'm saying it here, there'll be no phones in 5 years. Biff, the vid you did on the food shop in Preston. Yes, let's go. More coming. Obviously, you guys heard it at the end. The owner of that Spaniard's Kebab turned up as I was leaving. I actually rocked up to the counter. I was about to give him my review, which was a 7.5 or an 8. And then I said to him, and he's like, oh, what, you didn't realise I was there doing a video. He's like, where have you been? I was like, over there on your tables. And he goes, nah. Because when I gave him the score of 7.5, I said, bro, that's a good score. Like if a 10 is the top score, that's a pretty good score. It's only 2.5 off the top. Get the chip if you want to learn the new language. You just download it. Oi, look, I can see a lot of like. I'm telling you, You can't. No, you're not holding me down. Fucking sticking a fucking chip in my brain, like. Don't get me wrong. There are some very fucking good benefits to that, if you ask me. Oi, Benzo. Oi, I'm gonna have a crack at saying your name, homie. You ready? Oh, it's not Benzo. It's Ben's official vlogs. Right, vlogs. Reaction. Ben's official vlog reaction. Oi, bro, what's up? I just fucking nailed it. Nailed it. Yeah, but you took. Oi. Listen. No vax. I have the biggest fucking needle phobia you have ever seen. And I promise you, no vax. No fucking vax. No. I actually lost, like, stuff that I could have done when I was doing ghost hunting, in particular because a certain ghost hunting mob said, hey, we want to do a partnership with you, like a collaboration, a cross promotion deal it was called. I promote them, they promote us. Obviously a much better deal for them, but anyway. And then they came back and said, listen, you're not allowed in any of our venues unless you have your COVID vaccination. I was like, listen, you can eat a dictionary. and have an EMP go off. Oh, you mean something like this? Ooh. But listen, it's going to go off in here anyway. There's that much fucking electronics and devices in here, but don't go talking fucking paranormal. Oi! Want to know the joke my brother said to me today? My older brother rang me today just to tell me a joke. And the other day he rang me and asked me for a link because all of his mates want to buy merchandise. I was like, that's mad. Anyway, my big brother's proud of me. But anyway, my brother rang me today, tells me a joke, and he said, what type of pants do paranormal investigators or ghost hunters wear? What type of pants do ghost hunters wear? You ready? Paranormal ones. Dink. So here's the truth. One of my children was actually born the day before. So one of my children was actually born in the red zone during COVID. For me, that was I stumbled across some fucking decisions that I really struggled with, but at the end of the day, I'm a dad at the end of the day, and that's the number one most important. But yeah, like we were in the red zone, locked in there. It was pretty horrible. Pretty much 4 hours after my child was born, I got kicked out and wasn't allowed back there for 2 weeks. It was fucked. I was like, oh, you dumb shits just had me here for 4 hours. Like I've held my baby. What are you talking about? Stupid. Oi, we don't give a shit. Says I saw 11:11 again today. Let's go. I see it every day, at least once, sometimes twice, sometimes even more. If you think about it, every time you see a goal in the football, you see 11:11 because it's like 11:11. I don't know. Subliminal messaging. Depends where you're at with that shit. Why did I get kicked out of what? Leave that person there. What did I get kicked out of? I'm actually interested to hear this because I don't know. What did I get kicked out of? School. I got kicked out of school. Seeing numbers, you need to pay attention to what is happening at the moment. 100%. Oi, Calda, you heard me right. When someone explained to me, on your gunny butters, sent the fucking number one trophy, the GOAT trophy. Let's go, Gunny. Never seen that before. Butters. Why did I get kicked out of hospital? It's the most random question all of a sudden. What's my fucking name, please? Or you can just call me Daddy. Big guy. You got that? You just call me Daddy. Yeah, his name's Mike Hawk. Or Oi, thank you everyone for all the fucking backup in the chat there. Something else. and you. Never teach me would make it right. It was a trike. It was a trike SA. I was going to yell out Chaos Crew. Oh, bullshit. Oi. Wait, before you even say where that was, I am very perceptive, right? Especially, right, so listen. I think that I seen you when I was in um, Glenelg. Glenelg. Or when I was walking on the main street of Adelaide, um, where that fucking big weird looking building is that kind of looks like a microphone or something. The numbers, Mason. What do you mean? Nice jacket, man. I see you dressed mint. Good on you. Keep rolling, proper, bruv. Thank you, bro. Like, here's the truth. Thank you. I actually really appreciate it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, I'll tell you something right now. Like, you could go through my over 1,000 videos and you wouldn't find a video, over 10 videos of me just rocking a t-shirt or something like that. You know, but thank you. Fuck, Isabella, that's hectic. True. That's me social worker jacket. Hang on, I'll fucking top it off for you, ENT. Oh, wait. I'll put this here so I remind. I got some new things. I got some new things coming. How you going, mate? It's Biff from the Department of Health and Human Services. I'm just wondering if we can come in and have a chat. No, you can't. Sorry, mate. That's not an option. I'm coming in. I'll tell you why. Let's go. What? Anyway, moving on. So as you guys know, I bought this new gimbal the other day. And so I bought I hate the sound of that. I bought it's a little connection that makes that more balanced, so I can also use my GoPro on it. So don't get me wrong, I can use my GoPro on it, not a problem, but I can only use my GoPro on it in like this mode, vertical mode. And so with my new connection, it allows me to change it, and it actually puts a weight on the other side. So then, you know, I can have, like, if you have your phone across there like that and have it panoramic. So I was going to put this thing on my car just because it's important. I need to have it. I need to be able to fucking pull up at a set of lights and go Tango Alpha Bravo, Mount Thomas to VKC, Maggie Doyle, you there? Over. Do you know what I mean? I need to be doing that at the lights. There's a few other little surprises on there too. You need that gimbal. You know what? So what I realised when I was scootering around Melbourne, so I had the best thing I could do was so I couldn't put it on my helmet because it was kind of raining, and my helmet has a visor on it, like a full face visor, and so the only other option I had was my chest mount, so I put it on my chest. But then I realised that there are these actual. So anyway, you can get these clamps. So I'm able to put that, and then what it will do is it clamps around this, which is my GoPro selfie stick. So it clamps around that way, around your handlebars, and then clamps that way around your. And then I just smash my my GoPro up there, and then I can have that sitting that high over my handlebars. So do you know what I mean? You're seeing everything at my eye height. But yeah, the video is dropping tomorrow. I will say this, right? I have not done so much editing on a video, yeah? As you guys know, I generally get in there when I make my videos, but I'm doing one take. That's it. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's very not often that I fucking have to do something more than one take. But yeah, so the videos that I'm putting out now, obviously you've noticed, I don't know if you have, but they are all 4K. So all 4K, and which obviously takes longer. I don't know if you guys understand, but like it is a nightmare when things are 4K. But I'm really looking forward to you guys seeing the video tomorrow. I had a lot of fun out there in Melbourne on the scooter. I also realised that whilst I was in Melbourne, and every time I go to Melbourne, it makes me realise how much further I've come in my progression with everything, with crime, addiction, everything like that. And I'm so proud of myself when I go to Melbourne, especially when you know that you're literally surrounded by the demons that fucking kept you down, you know. And but like this time, like times before, I realised, you know what I mean? You should fucking give yourself a Bluetooth biffo because you're really fucking hanging on to it here. But this time I realised, right? I realised how far I'd actually came in my defense mechanisms and the way that I react when people are reacting in a certain way to me. Now, I'll give you an example. You all know I spoke about it the other night. I went down in the morning and apologised to the office staff, but I walked into the office the other day because at the hotel underground car park my swipe didn't work, and so my fucking car was parked literally in the car park. So I've walked in. There is like 30 people in there, but like there's like a stall that's closed and it says stall closed on there. And the guy that I've been dealing with was standing right there. I actually walked up and said, "Excuse me," and just said, "Hey bro, can you please just fix my card for me? My car's parked in the thing there." And then this guy came up and just like all I hear is "Oi, oi" behind me, and I'm like, surely this guy's not fucking talking to me. So I just fucking went on about my everyday business. But he was coming and he was talking to me, and he came up to let me know he was talking to me and was talking to me in a certain way. And I looked at the people like that ran the hotel. I looked at the patrons that were about to fucking stay there for the weekend. And like, don't get me wrong, there was parts of me that just wanted to go, "Boof, you fucking shut the fuck up, you big mouth." But I am glad that I don't fucking do that shit anymore. And that made me realise that I am more capable today of walking away from scenarios than I ever give myself credit for. Matter of fact, I rang my mum straight after that and said, "Mumsy, you should be proud of me. I just didn't bash someone in front of 40 different people." Fucking Bluetooth it to me. The big boy called Ned Kelly came through Benalla. He sure did. As a matter of fact, in the Wangaratta cells, right? The old Wangaratta cells, so the cells that were connected to the Wangaratta court, right? So people still go through them cells now, I believe. I haven't been through Wangaratta in years, but the last time I went through Wangaratta, right, they still have an engraving on the wall from Ned Kelly on themselves. How? Because they are the exact same fucking holding cells that was holding Ned Kelly. Do some digging if you don't believe that one. Yeah, change is hard, but often worth it. Well done, brother. Fucking badoosh. Thank you, everyone. Oi, thank you, everyone. Takes a stronger man to walk away. Good on you, Biffo. And you know what? Like, I need to thank you guys because you guys keep me accountable. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, I have people that rely on me to keep the fucking wheels on the road. Do you know what I mean? And then if I, for 1 second, take the wheels off the road and then what the fucking hell is the good of doing what I'm doing? Do you know what I mean? Like for what? My brain doesn't think like that, you know? Although I always say it, and it's the truth, once you are a person of that caliber who's been addicted, guess what? You're gonna be one for the rest of your life. But being an active addict and a non-active addict are two very different things. And you know what? It's 2026. Even 10 years ago, it was something to be ashamed of, but it's not. It's not anything to be ashamed of. At the end of the day, every single person in this chat knows somebody or themselves have had a rough life and tried drugs, this and that. Yeah, that's the truth. I say this for educational and documentary purposes only. But you know, that's the truth. You guys fucking keep my wheels on the road too, and like I need you guys to know that that's important. You guys are very important to me. Like this part of my YouTube is the most important to me, and hence why we do it as much as we do, because you know we've got something good going on here. We are literally like a family, like a community. There are people here that have become very close friends. Do you know what I mean? Oi, Kane LaRose. Oi, that's what your profile picture should be, bro. You are to us, mate. Thank you, Flower Lips. Oi, thank you, everyone. Vandal, thank you. Live chats are awesome. I agree. And guys, you guys know there's been a lot of people that have been following me here since the start. There was a lot of time there where I didn't do lives. There was a big gap there where I didn't do lives, and you know, looking back, it's something that I wish that I jumped into a lot earlier than what I did. But also, here's the truth: you guys played a big part in me getting away from that fucking life as well. Like, if I had not had you guys, I don't think I could have done it. Like, yes, there are people that I'm very thankful for that helped me get through that part of my life, but you guys did too, and I need you guys to know that. And that is why this right here, these chats are the most important thing. And I know there's trolls in the chat right now, taken 5 minutes away from mounting their sister, playing Twister with their sister, to come in here and listen to what I've got to say. So thank you, and your Twister, Matt. Maybe try Velcro. Literally, seriously, that's the best thing for you, I think. You put a bit of Velcro on your sister's behind her knees, and then you put some Velcro on the front of your knees, and then just work the rest out. Oi, fucking cyborg, you fucking legend. Boosh! Yeah. So don't let the mofos in the chat that are literally, you know what I mean, taking 5 minutes away from the DV table. That's exactly what trolls are. Do you know what I mean? They're the same people that belt their miso and stuff like that. Same. Bullies. Trolls, bullies, same. I'm getting my knee done tomorrow. Knee replacement. Looking forward to the sleep. Oi, good luck. You have to put the bottle down. It's the only way. If you want change, you have to make the change. You've got this, legend. Oi, user FH, 100%. And listen, if you're ever struggling, come in here. We're very accepting. Do you know what I mean? I'm very open. My life is a fucking open book. There is no other way to put it. I'll tell you how much of an open book my life is. It's literally all out there in playlists for you guys to fucking have a go at, pick at, do whatever you want to do, copy. Yeah, all of the above. Oi, Lacey, you bloody legend. Oi, I hate bullies. I fucking hate bullies. I'll tell you why. There was a time where I was bullied. Wasn't long. And I'm telling you, it didn't take long for me to go turn into the bullied kid to the kid that's fucking throwing the chairs at the teachers. Very quickly that happened. And I say this, do you know what I mean? Tigers don't cry. Nah. You can only fucking push a tiger, an animal, any mammal into a corner so much and they're gonna react, I think. What's going on, Lisa, Angus, the other Lisa Tux and Lisa Mason. We got 2 Lisas in here. We got Jetski in here. Oi, 100%. Yes. Oi, so hopefully sometime in the future, myself and him can do something. Was actually one of my close mates when I was in prison. We spent many years together, me and Dave, King Dave from TFS. And hopefully sometime in the future we can definitely do something. It is something that we have spoken about. And there are things that I could talk about that I've spoken about here a little, but there was a few times where myself and that person gloved up and went to fucking town and did what we had to do to fucking get on top of what was going on at the time. Now let me just say, that guy, when he says he is what he was, he fucking was, and there's no two ways about it. I'll tell you something. I told this story one day, yeah. And this guy jumped in and he goes, bro, that I was one of those people. You guys might remember it. He goes, I was that guy. And I was like, no way. What unit was it? What cell? He came on here on the live. And so what actually happened was, right, I'll be 100% because what happened, I felt bad for afterwards. But we were all just kicking back. This is back before Smokes got fucking taken away. And I was in Scarborough South at the time, right? And there's me, myself, other people that were involved in the life deeply that I was involved in at the time. And we're all just sitting there having a conversation. This new dude from the unit just rolls up and he's like, yeah, how you going, boys? We're like, yeah, all right. He's like, you got a match biff? I was like, yeah, bro, here, fucking. And so I used to do it a certain way. I'd never give anyone a match so they could throw it at me and then flick fucking something at me. Nah, bro. I'd do it, hold my match packet like that and hold the match in it like that. And I'd go, there you go. Anyway, so asked me for a lighter. I was like, oh, yeah, fucking rah. He's like, I haven't had a smoke. I was like, where have you been? And he goes, oh, I've just been on a visit. Right? So this was on a Thursday. And on Thursdays, you can only be on... right. So this is fucking... Right now, it's crazy. Intervention orders, this and that in jail. A lot of people are in there, rightly so, for intervention orders. But there are people that are not rightly so in there because of intervention orders. But... So the way this guy said it, his exact words were, right? He goes, I was out on a visit. I look at the boys straight away and I go, what, you were out on a visit on fucking Thursday? And he goes, yeah, bro. And I go, why were you out on a fucking visit on Thursdays? Now, keep in mind, You could only be on a Thursday visit. In my mind, if you were a fucking creature, right? If you were a creature and you can't be around children, that was my thought process at the time. I didn't think that he had a fucking intervention order and rah rah rah. All I know is that I said, why are you having visitors on Thursdays? He goes, I can't be around children. That was the exact words that came out of his mouth. Now I was like, we're going to have a talk about this. Put that out. All the boys were like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, bro, what's going on there? And then me and Dave from that show, which is all I'll say, did what we had to do and fucking, do you know what I mean? It was literally like first in, best dressed. That was what it was like. There was that many people around, heard what he had to say. I'm telling you, it was like we just heard that they were ramping the unit. Everyone just went pow and took off to get ready to do what they needed to do, right? And this is the truth, right? So the guy that came into the chat was the guy that was his cellmate, yeah? Was his cellmate at the time. Was not him, the guy that came into the chat. Now I remember who he was. His brother was somebody who I knew from that life. Anyway, so I felt bad because when this guy was happening, this guy went to run away. And I was like, no, stay here, bro. Like, grabbed him and I felt bad. I was like, sit down. You can't go running out there, bro. Like, fucking stay there. That guy was the guy that came in here. But, like, so fast forward 18 months from that fucking time, right? So that guy came into the chat and he goes, bro, that was fucking hectic. He goes, it's crazy now because you both do podcasts. He's like, but I seen something that probably not many people had the fucking chance of seeing, right? And you've got to understand, I live in a world at the time, I am in the worst fucking unit in the Victorian prison system, hands down. It's one of two, yeah? It's either fucking Scarp South or fucking Diosma at Barwon. There's no two ways about it. I won't even argue it with anyone. So anyway, you know, he said that's fucking hectic, rah, rah, rah. But that was old mate, yeah? That's all I'll say because he is on a different path right now. He does fucking talk to God and stuff. So I'm not here to fucking tell people about things that happened in his prior life. I've already spoken about this. He's okayed that. But anyway, what happened was, so 18 months later, 18 months later, was when they moved everyone to Loddon. Was when I got moved to Loddon. I was only there for fucking not long and then got fucking slotted. Got charged with attempted murder. Done a long time in the slot for it, right? Anyway, you'll never believe it. I rock up to, so I literally left there, went to Loddon, got charged with attempted murder, done like 2 days in the slot at Loddon, and then got shit straight back to Scarb North, right? So Scarb North at the time was the slot. They had that many fucking people locked down, they had to turn whole units into slots. And so anyway, I've rolled back into the slot and right next door to my cell. So I'm there kicking back, setting my cell up, and I hear, oi bro, and someone banging on the vent, yeah, which is how you communicate if you don't want the whole fucking unit to hear it. And so he's banging on the vent, and I'm like, yeah, who's that? And he goes, it's so-and-so. And I go, who? And he goes, the bloke you and old mate bashed in Scarp fucking South. And I was like, oh, what are you fucking talking to me for, you fucking piece of shit? Get the fuck... I go, bro, you better not be here tomorrow morning. I promise you, if you're on my run out, it's Donkey Kong on sunshine. And you've got to understand, I live in a world where, like, this is the most... Like, if someone says to you, I can't be on a visit because I can't be around children, I'm like, what? And then, yeah, so he said, nah, please, Biff, listen to me, bro. He goes, I understand why you did what you did, yeah? And he goes, to be honest, I probably deserved it for the way I said it. And I was like, bro, there's no coming back from what you have said. And he goes, no, but there is, bro. Listen to what I have to say. And Yeah, I listened to him. He goes, bro, I'm in on intervention orders, bro. He goes, I'm fighting it right now, brother. He goes, that is the reason why I can't be out there on visits. He goes, I'm not the only one from fucking out here that goes out there on visits on Thursday, bro. He goes, fucking half the yard is out there. And I was like, all right, fair enough. I go, listen, I'm going to do my investigating and see how. He goes, how are you going to do that? I said, kick us your brief, sunshine, under your door right now. Tell the billet to give it to me, and I'll read your brief, and I'll make my mind up whether you deserved it or not. I read his brief, and I was like, fuck, this poor dude didn't deserve it, man. And I was as honest as I could be. What could I have done? Do you know what I mean? You say that in a place where you are. I'm a human. I'm a man. I'll apologise for my wrong. And I did. I gave his brief back and I actually called him to the vent and I was like, brother, like, fuck, bro, I am so sorry, bro. I go, but you've got to, the same stuff what I just said to you. You've got to understand, bro. This is very much mano a mano, bro. And you're not going to come out on top if you're saying that shit, brother. I promise you. And you just so happen to have said that right in front of some of the fucking worst people in the prison system you could have said that in front of. And yeah, he's like, I didn't think. He goes, but I can see, rah, rah, rah. But yeah, true. I know him well. And I'll tell you the truth, right? I'm talking maybe 2019, 2020. One of my sons goes, Dad, have you seen this guy before? He's talking about Victorian jail. And I was like, give us a look. And so when he first started his podcast, he'd lost so much weight. I mean, when I knew him in jail, like he was the biggest fucking islander you'd ever fucking seen. Like I'm talking, I met him when he was 18 years old. So like I said, I was with him for years, yeah? So I met him, we were both on remand, yeah? He was in the young offenders unit in Cambridge in MRC and I was in Chartwell and I was in Cambridge. And I met all of them boys that started that GFAM right then and there. It happened right around me. And like you ask all of them boys, they will speak on me with respect because they know that, do you know what I mean? Especially old mate, because he's seen it more than anyone. Oh, that's it. We got 98 people in here. We've only got 44 likes. If you legends are sitting here right now and enjoying the live, please jump up there and smash that like button. Finger bash it. Do whatever you got to do. And hit that like button. That'd be much appreciated. 6 bangs on the pipe. Signaled the screws were coming. Oi. So I don't know if a lot of people don't know this, right? So Port Phillip is fucking old, yeah? I mean, was the oldest functioning prison. No. Fulham's actually older. But it was the oldest maximum security prison, and the heaters at Port Phillip Prison are hydronic heating. So it's like they have these pipes that run through your cell and they put heat out. But here's the truth. Those pipes have been painted 700 times. You can hardly feel it. So you've got to get in there. Sometimes you can get paint stripper. And yeah, you can remove paint. If you are a painting billet, you've got yourself a good job. Thank you for the 10 that jumped up there and pressed the like button. Anyway, legends, I am going to be jumping off in 10 minutes. Yeah, I hope you guys have realised and noticed that the amount of effort I've been putting into the page and getting stuff out there for you guys, putting shorts out there, putting members only content out there, posting videos early, and then giving the videos a bit of promo time. yeah, like I'm really, really trying to do it. Like I'm posting all my content on TikTok as well now. And yeah, like really, really trying. Like I said, keep your ears out for things happening on my other page. I've got 2 YouTube channels, and like I said, we can only try. We can only try. I am a fucking workaholic, and yeah. Can you talk about old, obsolete, or no codes for communicating, even if that is a thing? I don't know what you mean there, Vandal Legend. Keep picking, 100%, bro. Love this thing. Love it. Oh, hang on. I can play that. Let's go. Colin showed me that the other night. Now, Colin, I did realise that I love this. Looks like you've fucking thrashed the shit out of this one too, Cole. And you've obviously had this one a bit of liking. So this is a fucking 0.8 millimeter plectrum pick, whatever you want to call it. And I actually have found out that I like that one better than the other one that is 0.1 thicker. It's a little bit thicker. Very proud of the awesome you didn't kick the shit out of him. Oh, thank you, Sammy Joe. You know what? I am like very proud of myself for that. That was a fucking proud accomplishment for me, if I'm completely honest. Look, I'm gonna try and fucking strum the chords out I said I could play before. It makes it impossible when I'm wearing this jacket. It's got very big sleeves, and I've got fat, small hands. Well, you know what they say about small hands. Small gloves. Stop being rude. Don't knock the fucking guitar over your Wally. What a fucking miss here. Oi, TQCX9, thank you, legend. Barouge. Alright, let's go. Hang on. I'll do this properly here. Also, I have very... Fucking ease up. You're just giving it character biffo. Apparently. Roll your sleeves up with it on the ground, mate. Let's go. Now I know the rules are, I've got a fucking pretty standard, like can't really got much room in here, but we'll fucking get it going. So, the rules say the fucking guitar should be perpendicular. Well, that's the word of the day. The guitar should be perpendicular whilst playing it. You should also play the guitar like you have a tennis ball in your hand. Listen, whoever made that rule up hasn't fucking seen me throw a tennis ball. It might be a little bit out of tune actually. So we'll just not do that. For me, it's about practicing that. Do you know what I mean? You can't attempt to play a tune if you can't, you know what I mean? You got to get it all right. And for me, I'm really fucking funny like that, you know? I will... So you should also put your fingers flat down on the string like that, not like that. Oh, it sounds mad when you get it, I reckon. The guitar players out there going, fucking hell. I know what I'm trying to achieve here. Are you telling me tablature, jet ski? Are you talking tablature? Master Shredder, that's right. Master Chaos. In the deep and dark bowels of the underworld. Without a strict, what does it say? Chaos is inevitable. That's off the Ice Cube album. But it's also off Master Chaos. If you know, you know. If you've done hardstyle back in the day like I did, Bass Station and all that, you'll know. It's called Chaos Theory, I believe, that song. Nice guitar, nice buy. Here's the truth. Didn't buy it. Someone just like yourself, but who's been here for a very, very long time since the start, Colin in the chat there, gifted me this guitar. I absolutely love it. I love it. Got stickers on the back. Makes it look like a Nirvana guitar, if you ask me. Fucking Biffo unplugged. Some flamingo. Wait. Oi, who? I told ya. I remember the start of the fucking If I saw you in heaven. Try a nutshell? But I'm not trying nothing, bro. I am super beginner at this shit. I love this thing. Guitars make you a rock star. Instantly. Hey, that sounds like Smashing Pumpkins. With the smile, leaning like you left me here. Oi, fucking Smashing Pumpkins. I'm going to listen to that song when I get off live. I love Smashing Pumpkins. Killing me is killing you. You have potential, learn chords first. Thank you, Angus. Oi, bro, I gave you guys a promise when I picked this thing up. I think even from 2 days ago when I picked this guitar up, I think I've come a little bit. Do you know what I mean? I understand. Oi, my first time I was like, what's this called? What's that? What's this? I understand all that now. And because I'm kind of like learning myself, I got taught the basics. I've got good information on the back here. But yeah, I am very ADHD. It either goes one of two ways when you have ADHD. Now, people who have ADHD will agree with me. As a matter of fact, give me a thumbs up if this is what you do. I am known to have a lot of things going on at the same time and think I have it under control. Organised chaos, if you will. And never finish any of them. It's like, all right, you know, like when I bought my Statesman, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to make it look like fucking Troy Candy's Mad Statesman, the same model. Nah, didn't happen. Actually, so I've still got a fucking car out the backyard that was supposed to fucking, I don't know, still be going, but it's not. Wait. I've been driving all night, wet on the wheel. Sorry, I know that would have been loud. I'm sorry. But all right, legends, I am going to jump off. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m, scooter around Melbourne. I think you guys are going to have a good laugh. Like, honestly, so I really wanted to get some members only behind the scenes footage. Obviously, I was cruising around Melbourne for a long time. So in the video, you'll hear me say, I don't even care that it's raining. I will cruise around until this fucking GoPro goes flat. I knew it was going to go flat before my fucking new scooter. So I said, let's go. And I got hours of footage on there, but some funny things happened. Some funny things. Also, I am currently editing my interviews video where I walked up Burke Street, Swanson Street, talking to people with my microphone. Lost one of my microphones that day. So when you buy DJI mics, you get two of them, so you can I also figured out how to do this, legends. I figured out how to have both of my microphones going at the same time, but have one clipped on me so you can use the microphone over there and it both gets fed into the same feed and you don't have a different audio file. Brilliant. So, as a matter of fact, when I figured out how to learn my gimbal, that's when I figured out how to operate the DJI fucking microphone awesomely as well. And yeah, I've got two things coming. Like I said, I've got a new filming fucking apparatus for this. So this is my new GoPro gimbal. So if you don't know what a gimbal is, a gimbal makes it fucking cinematic fucking viewing for you legends. So anyway, this is the new gimbal, but I do have a little connection that goes on here, right? So if I want to put my GoPro in here, you know what? I'm going to show you. Now, if I want to put my GoPro in here, I can only do it one way. And in order to do that, I have to have my media pack around that. So I can't just do it with my GoPro like that. But anyway, you would imagine that you would be able to stick your fucking GoPro in it like that and it would be fine. But here's the truth. This end of the GoPro is a lot heavier than that end of the GoPro, and so it doesn't make for a fucking like, as you can see, this is brand new. I haven't even peeled the fucking stickers off it yet. But so you can't use it like you use a phone. So like I could clip my phone in, although this is not a phone, this is a fucking portable hard drive. Oh fuck, ease up, Tiger. But it doesn't work. See, as you can see, it will always have it. And then so when you turn it on, it sits like that, yeah? Perfect. Anyway, so I've got a new connection for that. But also, we're going to try something out in the next live. So the next live will be tomorrow night. We always go live on Wednesday nights. I'm not saying what time I'm going live anymore because I don't want to put you guys out. You guys look forward to the live and then I'm 40 fucking minutes late, an hour late or something. I actually feel really horrible about it. And so, yeah, we're not going to do that anymore. Oi, that magnet is so strong. I swear, it is like, that is not coming off. When I seen it, I was like, said to the dude at fucking JB, I was like, actually, I bought this one at Harvey Norman. I said, no way, bro. You don't know cameras, mate. Like, he goes, no, mate. Nothing is coming off that. That is stuck on there so hard. And it is. Fuck me. Don't put your fucking fingers in there. Jesus. But that's the new gimbal. I do have a new connection coming for it. But also, I have a new connection coming for my GoPro, so I can stick this to my GoPro. I have a connection that goes to the handlebars of my scooter and then clamps onto this like this, and I can move it up. Or don't do that, Biff. I can move it up or down, and yeah, it's going to be better viewing for you legends. Because you guys will see it in the members only videos. I really it was really hard to make sure that my camera was right all the time, and I'd rather not have to worry about that, if that makes sense. When you have a camera on your body, it doesn't matter. Sometimes you're leaning forwards. Sometimes you may or may not see a mono there on that scooter. Monos are illegal, so you wouldn't have, but who knows? I said days ago, that scooter monos. It fucking monos. But all right, legends, much love, much respect, and yeah, just know, you know what I mean? All these things like that, they're all learning curves for me, you know? And so for years, as you guys know, I've been sitting here in the studio doing my stuff. So getting out there and amongst it's new to me. And I am a fast learner. I'm a quick study. And I just want to get out there and do it. Same as the guitar. Do you know what I mean? I'm learning videography and I'm doing absolutely everything within my power to make it better for you legends. I wish I had have picked up my this gimbal. I wish I had figured out how to use this gimbal earlier, but nonetheless, we have figured out how to use it now. I'm actually, do you know what? I actually rate myself as a videographer now, with a gimbal, right? Because there ain't one place you can go without this fucking thing, yeah? And this thing has capabilities cinematic. So, but you can like tilt her up and down, you can fucking tilt it back. Oh, hang on, it tells me it wants to calibrate it. Ready? See what it does? Watch. Wait, it's got to be flat, I think. Fuck. Calibrating. He's up. Confirm. Let's go. So you go like this. Whooshka. It's fucking magical. So I can, like I said to you the other day, there's multiple different filming modes, right? So I'll show you how it works, yeah? If you put it up the top, it's free to go absolutely any way it wants, and it will fucking, if it's got the thing on there too, obviously. But so that one's a lot. So you really don't need to use that one. You don't need to have this bottom one swinging. So you clip that down and you go to the bottom one, but you can also do this as well. So, well, you just unclipped yourself, you cheeky bastard. But you can go like this and clip it in, and then that won't, and then, yeah. But then you have to put that up to that. Anyway, I know it's like speaking gibberish to some people. It's still a little bit gibberish to me. Love that gimbal. All right, thank you, legends, for another awesome live. And yeah, I will catch all of you guys at 7 p.m. tomorrow, and we'll be live tomorrow night. And yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow's video. I'm pretty excited about it. It's fun. Do you know what I mean? I just had fun out there doing it. You know, I actually say in a part of the video, if you had asked me an hour ago if I was going to have this much fun during this video, I would have said no way. I would have said 50% fun, 50% worrying if I'm going to get arrested. But nah, man, like, it was fun. It was all fun. There was a few serious little bits. It was just fun. Thank you, Vandal, you bloody legend. Thank you to all my moderators. Much love to all you legends. As I always say, couldn't do this without you legends. Also, thank you to all the members. Thank you to all the subscribers. Also, we're going to do a members draw tomorrow night. We're going to do a draw. So, members draw. So, if you are a member, your name's in green, you're going to get a prize. And so, we're also going to do a moderator draw. We're going to do a moderator draw. So, just for the moderators. And then we're going to do a subscriber draw. Just for the subscribers. So, we'll do 3 different draws. Subscribers get a draw, members get a draw, moderators get a draw. Everyone has a chance at winning. All right, legends. Where the fuck did that go? All right, legends. Much love, much respect. Thank you guys for another awesome live. Or do they mute them chords when they play them, Colin? You know, Smashing Pumpkins, Bullet with Butterfly Wings. Bullet with Butterfly Wings. Bullet with Butterfly Wings tattoo. See, bullets, butterfly wings. You don't know the story behind that one. Quickly before I go, I was getting a tattoo one day. I needed to fill in that area. I'm going to my brother like, fuck, I need something to put in there. We're looking fucking through the slide. We're looking the magazine. We're looking at everything. And then the dude goes, I'll give you fucking, my brother goes, get bullets with butterfly wings. I was like, why would I get bullets with butterfly wings on me? Knowing damn well about the song, I love it. But he goes, because you're always letting them fly, you crazy little fuck. And I was like, oh, that's mad. I'm getting that now. I love it. But all right, legends. Smash it out, Biffo, and you'll be as good as Dime Bag Pantera. Oi, fuck, that's a big call. Actually discussed that the other day. Probably the best guitarist in the world. You know what? The only kickback I had to that, and the only person who could be in the same category as Zach Wild, although I can't play guitar, I fucking love guitar. You know what I mean? And yeah, they are definitely two of the best in the business. The argument that was given to me the other day was a fair argument. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I would now say, I would have said pre that argument that Zach Wild is the best guitar player in the world. Now, he may be the best guitar player that's alive right now. Maybe not even. But when Dime was alive, nah, bro. Dime was something else. When you hear their band members talk about Dimebag Darrell, he was like a Renaissance fucking figure that had come to this time to live this time. Do you know what I mean? Like, what an absolute fucking legend that human was. And what's worse, such a legend of a human and left this world in such a fucking horrible place. You don't even go to the gym, Biff. Just saying. Hey, look at them forearms though, I'm telling you. Push. So don't worry, this YouTube's not going to turn into one of them. I'm trying to fucking lose weight is what I'm doing. And if I gain a bit of muscle at the time and lose some fat, I'm all for it. I am all for it. I would love nothing more for that than that, actually. But all right, legends, I am going to jump off. Thank you guys for another awesome live. Once again, if you guys haven't already, I've posted a couple of teasers for tomorrow night's video. Posted some members only videos for tomorrow night's video. One with me singing country and western in fast forward, just so you didn't have to hear me singing it out that long. But you guys will see in the video anyway. But yeah, much love, much respect. Thank you guys. Honest opinions on Pam the Bird, local cultural icon, building vandalising scumbag. As a matter of fact, I actually thought today, because no one else has, I thought I was going to do a video on that. He's been locked up. He's locked up right now. What's my thought on it? I understand graffiti on a level that people probably don't. To people, it just looks like hogwash on a wall. But it's literally a statement. Every single one of them is saying something. Because maybe in other worlds, those people aren't heard. You know, people, no disrespect, vandal at all, as you know, you would know. But, you know, the people call them vandals, but they're not. They're artists. If you see some of the art that these people do, it is nothing but that. It is fucking art. Doesn't matter what way you look at it. As a matter of fact, more care has to go into doing that art than any other art, because there's not another art that you can do that has every single opposition waiting to take you down. You know what I mean? It is what it is. He's a mate of ours and a good guy. Your description of him is exactly who he is. Oi, fucking Eastside Emma. If you guys fucking, I would love to tell that guy's story. If he wants to tell his story on my page, I would be more than happy than that. I think he's got a unique story, and I actually was sitting there watching the video today going, why aren't people all over this? Like, yeah. But all right, legends. But yeah, if that is the case, my email is bigbiffsgaming@gmail.com. Let me know if I have to go there, film, if they want to come and film, whatever. We can go to the podcast studio and film in Melbourne. We can do whatever. and you can't tag over another one's PC. Nah, they're fighting words. That's what they do. They call it bomb and tags, yeah? So it's got 100 different names, yeah? That's what we used to call it. We used to fucking bomb tags out and fucking, yeah. But it's a big no no. Do you know what I mean? That's the big thing, Joe. It's a bit of a no no. More so these days, like gangs and that weren't fucking taking each other's lives back in the day. Don't get me wrong. Like if you know enough to know about fucking Australian graffiti, like fucking DMA, JMC, fucking, do you know what I mean? Like yeah, heaps of them. KSA, yeah. I kind of understand it. I rebelled against the government in a different way. As a matter of fact, when I went for my permit the other day, it was my 8 assault polices that really, really put it up there for me not to be able to get that permit. You know what really spun me out about that though? Move on over to the other state. Welcome in, sunshine. Oi, tattoo face fucker, come here and fucking bring people to our fucking state. That's how it happened. I can't believe it. That's literally how it happened. Watch this space. Hey, all I'm saying is this. Which one of you legends from the chat is from Tassie? Now I know who he is. I can remember. But yeah, we may or may not be heading over your way quicker than what you think. And also to the Northern Territory and Western Australia in the one trip, which is going to be a holiday trip. It's not going to be like we're going to be gone. Do you know what I mean? So, but I think before that, we're going to go to Tasmania and try something out. But yeah, copy all you want. It is what it is. Do you know what I mean? I'm a trendsetter. Can't help it. Some people have it, some people don't. All right, legends. I'll tell you what, we're going to stay on here for another 7 minutes. We're going to hit the 2-hour mark, but I've got to bloody hit the lavatory first. What haven't we heard for a while? Let's go. What mic is this fucking taking my sound from? From the stories to the struggle, yeah, we've been here all along. Like ice, real talk, true spilling through the mic, and the chaos crew shows up every single time. You ain't just fuse your family, every comment hits like loyalty. Through the highs and the lows, you're right for me, and that means more than you'll ever see. Shout out to the chaos crew, the best of you to be show. You keep this whole thing real, everyone. together we ride through. Boosh. Audio legends. Anyone want to continue on this conversation in the Discord? That is the link right there. It is a conversation going on all the time. If you guys do not know what Discord is, jump in there, suss it out. You might not know, you might love it. For me, when I first heard about Discord, I didn't really know about it. But for me, it's kind of like a better Facebook. Do you know? It's kind of like a better Facebook. You can have all your mates there. You know, you can still see videos and content, stuff like that. And you can go in there and chat and whatnot. Met you in the chaos, thought I found my life. But you were dancing, shadows deep into the night. Discord is not as scary as you may think. Nah, absolutely. Not only that, the reason I say it's like original Facebook, like early Facebook, is because remember when you first found Facebook, you were like, wow, this is so cool. I can talk to people, I can do this, I can do that. But it's not as fucking, like, it doesn't have that personal element about it. Like, you know, you can still keep your same name here, and you know, you can be as personal on there as you want to be. Do you know what I mean? Whereas Facebook's like, bah, that's me, that's where I live, that's my name, that's what car I drive. You know what I mean? Even though you guys all know that anyway, but whatever. Biff, check out the Bathurst 71 footage I sent you. Will do, Cole. Can we have a jelly bean competition? Guess the jelly beans in the jar, win a prize? Rhonda, that is a fucking brilliant idea. Yes, we can. We can, Rhonda. Oh, I'm going to have to count them. Fuck. Nah, I'm not. There's that app now. You can just go, and it'll take, if you put them all flat out on the ground, it'll count them. Nah, I'm going to have to count them, aren't I? Do the Star Riots, Biff. True, not bad, not bad. Dubsy. All right, legends, I am going to jump off. Thank you guys for another awesome live. Yeah, and like I said, I'll see you legends tomorrow night, 7 p.m. for a premiere. And then we will be live tomorrow night. I'm not saying what time we're going live anymore because I want to stick to it and not get you guys unhappy and stuff like that. But yeah, all right, legends, thank you guys for another awesome live. Once again, thank you to the awesome moderators. Cannot do this without you, legends. Badoosh. Thank you to all the members and subscribers. Badoosh. And thank you to all the new subscribers who have subscribed during the chat. I can see we've gained a few, so thank you so much, legends. And yeah, we out, and I will see you, legends, tomorrow night at 7 p.m. As always, don't do drugs and crime and you won't end up in prison. And then you won't have to hide things in your back pocket and stuff. Knit and needle.